Hello and welcome back everyone, Trevor here once again, and today I want to take a look at one of Silicon Valley's most explosive and popular companies to come out of the 2010s. Now, this company has gone public in the last few months, but has struggled to gain traction with investors. So, I want to take a look at where those struggles are coming from and why investors are maybe being scared away a little bit from this new and popular company. Now, this company in question is Uber Technologies Incorporated, which I'm sure many of you guys, if not all, have already heard of, and may have even used their products and services. So, let's jump right into it. Now, before we take a look at why Uber has been struggling and what's been happening recently, let's take a look back and look at a quick summary of Uber's history. So, first of all, Uber Technology Inc. is a company that is known for its wide array of subsidiaries, the largest of which being their ride-sharing app and their food delivery service. The ride-sharing app being called Uber, and their food delivery service being called Uber Eats. The company was founded in March 2009 in San Francisco by Garrett Camp and Travis Kalanick. The company officially launched its ride-sharing app for the first time in San Francisco 2 years later. The company quickly gained traction and was able to expand rapidly thanks to large fundraising with venture capitalists, which made Uber a Silicon Valley darling. The company's business model centers around offering a suite of mobile apps that offer different services by connecting users to providers and taking a cut of the fee charged to the users, with the remaining portion given to the providers. Since 2011, the company has expanded worldwide and now has an estimated 110 million users in 785 metropolitan areas. Uber also lays claim to a 69% market share of the ride-sharing market, making it the dominant player in that market. The company was kept private for about 10 years until it finally went public after years of anticipation thanks to its IPO on May 10th, 2019. Since its IPO, Uber has been struggling to gain traction, however, with investors, as previously stated. So, let's move on to those very struggles. So now let's look at exactly what those struggles are. And first of all, the biggest indicator of Uber's struggles may very well be its stock price. In fact, even on its IPO, Uber closed the day trading at $41.57, which is actually under its original offering price of $45 per share. Now the stock trades at around $30 at the time of this recording, which is a drop of approximately 22% in only 3 months. There are a number of issues facing Uber that have investors worried. The first of which is consistent losses. Uber has never made a profit in its entire history. In fact, they lose an estimated 58 cents per ride. In their latest quarter even, they had their biggest quarterly loss yet, clocking in at an astronomical $5.2 billion loss in Q2 of 2019. Now this was mostly due to things related to the IPO, but a worrying sign nonetheless. The second issue with Uber is their slowing revenue growth. Now Uber has demonstrated declining revenue growth for quite a while and is highly unlikely to revert course in the near future. Now the biggest culprit is their declining bookings growth of their ride-sharing app, which has happened over the same time that the slowing revenue growth has occurred. And unfortunately for Uber, their other services such as Uber Eats have not been able to pick up the slack, and this has been a big reason why their revenue growth has been slowing ever so much. Now the third problem with Uber is their poor outlook on profitability. Thanks to its ever seemingly growing losses and declining growth, forecasts do not predict profitability for Uber until at least the far future or even at all. This is in contrast to its closest competitor Lyft, which forecasts profits as soon as next year. Uber is taking the risk that investors will swallow losses in the short to medium term if it means exponentially larger profits in the long term, a la Amazon. However, investors do not seem to be biting at the moment. And the final reason for worry for Uber are legal threats. During its expansion, Uber has run into instances where there has been some pushback, which has led to them being banned in certain cities and even nationwide on some occasions. Much of this resistance comes from taxi drivers, who claim Uber is an essentially unregistered taxi service using vehicles without a taxicab license and unqualified drivers. On top of this, many legislators also worry about the increased traffic that Uber has brought with it when it is expanded to cities. And this is why Uber has been banned, or at the very least limited, in many places, which includes some very large cities and even countries. So that wraps up all the main problems with Uber. So let's look at exactly what conclusions we can draw from these. The first of which is that Uber does face many problems currently, some of whom do have the potential to bring the company down if they grow too big or continue to go the way they are without things changing. However, on the positive end, the company still holds a 69% market share in the ride-sharing market, which is still growing and is the company's biggest moneymaker. And if they can continue to convince investors on their long-term plans, they will be able to achieve a large amount of success. In the years ahead, Uber will definitely be a stock to watch to see whether it will rise to those ever-growing heights or will it fall and be forgotten. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. My name has been Trevor. If you liked the video, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, press that big red subscribe button and even ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.